Well, happy weekend, friends. Thank you for hanging out with me for a couple minutes as we stay up to date, in the know, plugged into what is happening here at St. Paul's United Methodist Church. We have an exciting couple of weeks ahead of us. A really important Sunday, this particular Sunday, that I want to remind you about. And then we move into really the most important thing, in my opinion, that we do each summer, which is Vacation Bible School. Being able to be with around 80 children from our community, to be able to create loving, compassionate, and holy space for them to play and explore, to ask questions, and to just be loved and directed in the ways of grace. So let's talk about those things. First and foremost, I am asking you that if you have not already begun to pray for Vacation Bible School, now is the time. Pray for our leaders, pray for our students, pray for their families that will be transporting them and signing them in and signing them out. Pray that we just feel an overwhelming sense of God's Spirit that will continue to lead us as it has been in our preparations, and that it would meet these beautiful, loving children in new and powerful ways. So thank you. Thank you in advance for doing that. Please pray for all of us for an incredible, incredible week. We will be here Monday through Thursday in the morning hours. And so if you want to especially think of us during those times, I would sincerely appreciate it. A huge thank you, huge, to Melinda Doobie for stepping up and really leading our charge this year with Vacation Bible School. She has been working tirelessly and seeking counsel from many, and really leading us in beautiful and powerful ways. And I'm so excited just to bear witness to her leadership. So thank you, Melinda, for leading us in really, really awesome ways. This Sunday is also a really meaningful and important Sunday in the life of our church. I sent you a very important email last Wednesday. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, not just 3 days ago Wednesday, but 10 days ago Wednesday. If you have not explored that email in detail, I need you to do that prior to Sunday. We will have a special charge, specially called, church conference, because we have a vote that needs to happen. And by our book of discipline, by our church law, we have to do particular things in order to prepare for that. And we have done that. We have alerted you all for several weeks now that was happening. We've given you lots of information, we believe, in that particular email that was sent about 10 days ago. I'm addressing the proposal before us that you, as church members, are going to be expected to vote upon during this specially called church conference. It will happen right after worship. It will happen in the sanctuary. We'll take a couple minutes just to stretch our legs. Folks run to the restroom, and then our district superintendent, Reverend June Edwards, will be here with us, and she will convene our specially called church conference and hold a vote on the proposal before us. All of that is in that email. I need you to check that out and to be as prepared as you can for our vote on Sunday right after worship. We will have a brief time if you have a question that we have not answered. If you want to raise that during our specially called church conference, of course, we will welcome that. But we really want to answer those questions beforehand so that we can move through the agenda in a proper fashion. All right? Lots of great information there. Please, 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 please check that out. If you have not gotten that email, or maybe it ended up in the spam, or maybe you've lost it, or maybe there was an error on our part and we didn't get it to you, please comment, call us, send us an email, and we will resend that email to you prior to Sunday, okay? We want to make sure that we are all on the same page and have all the information that we need to make this decision about moving forward with addressing some really, really important deferred maintenance realities, specifically our carpet in the sanctuary, which is a safety hazard. Some of you have been asking questions, why do we need new carpet? There are particular areas where the carpet is very much separated from the flooring, from the foundation of the building, and that it is a problem. It is a safety concern. It has pulled away from that. Now, not to mention that a lot of it is just faded, beat up, and needs to be replaced. Now, there are certain times of the year where it's not very humid that you may not be able to tell that it has separated and become as much of a safety hazard. But as we all know, we live in a beautiful state of Florida where we do deal with heat most of the year and humidity a good portion of the year. And so there are just certain times where that is much more apparent than it is not. And so we want to make sure that we are doing our best to keep a safe place for us to worship and for people to enter into. And so, and the other thing is, of course, our roof. We have been playing whack-a-mole now for several years with roof leaks. The roof is in disrepair, and we can't really get anybody to work on it anymore, to be honest with you, because of its age, and they can't guarantee their work. And so we have to do something about that as soon as possible. And so thank you for your attention to these matters. Thank you for asking the questions, and most of all, thank you for being here on Sunday as we have a church vote about these matters. This will extend our mortgage. This will not exceed a certain amount, which that amount is listed in the email. But I do want to let you know, great news. We have had several folks and families that have given towards this project a one-time financial gift that will not impede their regular giving. They're committed giving through the year 2025, and with those special gifts that these particular folks have given us, it is already bringing down the amount that we will need to refinance, and so we're very grateful for that. And if you want to be one of those folks to give a special financial gift towards this, and have not done so, we would love to have that conversation with you. It would be beneficial to have that conversation and possibly that gift before Sunday, just so we kind of know where we are in those numbers. That would be grateful. All right. Anyway, that's a lot. It's exciting. It's wonderful. I was sharing with church leaders, it does feel a little overwhelming to do things of this magnitude, but it's also really exciting because what it means is that the Spirit continues to move within the people called St. Paul's, that you care and you bear responsibility in a loving way for the gifts of these buildings, of these beloved 11 acres that have been entrusted to us. Now for over 50 years. We stand on the backs of many, many generous folks who have made these tools, which is what these facilities are, tools for ministry. And now we know that it is our responsibility to continue to use them in responsible ways so that the gospel of Jesus Christ, the good news, continues to be proclaimed within Ocala, and that refuge and sanctuary and joy is given to folks as they enter into these beautiful, beautiful spaces that we've been gifted to use for God's ministry, not our own, right? So thank you for all that. If you have any questions, now is the time to reach out. We want to answer those questions in advance of Sunday. All right? Grace and peace to you all. Thank you for hanging out for a couple minutes. I pray you have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see all of you this Sunday, this Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Hopefully you can be here in person as we have an important vote. And if you can't, be with us online for worship. We'll be streaming, of course, on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. All right? Grace and peace to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful conclusion to your week.